Have you ever reflected on this paradox? That the same Lord Krishna who stood serenely on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, imparting the eternal wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita, is also remembered by the name Ranchhod, the one who walked away from battle. At first, the name sounds puzzling, even contradictory. But once you hear the story behind it, this title reveals one of the most profound spiritual lessons of Krishna's life. Let me take you into this forgotten yet powerful episode from the Mahabharata. Long before the advent of Krishna, there lived King Muchukunda, a formidable ruler of the Ikshvaku dynasty and a tireless guardian of cosmic order. At the command of the Devas, he fought endless wars against the Asuras, defending Dharma with unwavering resolve. What seemed to him a brief span of service in the celestial realm had, in truth, stretched into centuries on earth. Time moved differently for Devas and men, and while Muchukunda fought on, the world he once knew silently vanished. When Kartikeya was appointed commander of the Devas, Muchukunda finally sought release from his duty. Indra permitted him to return, but with a devastating revelation. His kingdom, his lineage, and his people had long been erased by time. With no desire left for power or glory, Muchukunda asked only for rest. Moved by his sacrifice, Indra granted him a boon. Whoever disturbed his sleep would be reduced to ashes by the fire of his gaze. Thus, Muchukunda entered a dark, silent cave and surrendered himself to deep sleep, carrying within him the unresolved momentum of a bygone yuga. Ages later in the Dwapar Yuga, the cave would awaken once more, not by chance, but by divine design. Krishna was being pursued by Kalayavan, a warrior of immense physical power, hardened by conquest, and almost impossible to defeat through conventional combat. Krishna, fully aware of Kalayavan's strength and the destruction a direct battle would unleash, chose not the path of force, but the path of cosmic intelligence. He led Kalayavan deep into the ancient cave, a space heavy with the weight of time and destiny. There, Krishna placed his pitambar, his radiant yellow garment, over the sleeping Muchukunda, creating the illusion that he himself lay at rest. Then, without haste or fear, Krishna stepped aside and waited. Consumed by rage, Kalayavan stormed forward and struck the sleeping figure, believing he had cornered his enemy. But in that single impulsive act, destiny turned irrevocably against him. Muchukunda opened his eyes. The accumulated power of a king who had defended Dharma across ages was released in an instant. Bound by Indra's boon, Kalayavan was reduced to ashes, not by weapon, not by war, but by the inevitable consequence of ignorance meeting divine order. Thus, Krishna triumphed without striking a blow, revealing that true mastery lies not in overpowering the enemy, but in understanding time, karma, and the deeper currents of destiny itself. Ranchhod does not signify weakness or fear. It signifies discernment, the wisdom to recognize when action must give way to restraint. Through Krishna, we learn that courage is not confined to the clash of weapons or the roar of battle. True courage often expresses itself in clarity of thought, depth of compassion, and the foresight to protect life rather than destroy it. To withdraw from a conflict that serves no higher purpose is not defeat. It is a conscious alignment with Dharma, where strength is guided by wisdom and power is tempered by responsibility. Ranchhod's narrative illustrates Krishna's profound understanding of time, consequences, and accountability. He demonstrates that authentic leadership is founded on compassion, rational thought, and strategic decision-making rather than on violence, ego, or impulsivity. Like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories from India's spiritual heritage. And tell me in the comments, what does Ranchhod mean to you today? Because Krishna never ran away from duty. He fulfilled it in the most divine way possible.